Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Radha Madhava Ju ki jai, Gopinath ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Om Vishnu Paramahansa Parivrajakachaja Ashtottara Sadashi Sriman. His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Pratisthacharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Ananta Kota Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Si Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shripa Shari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Simai Padam ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Shri Hari Nam Samkitan Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Nitai Go Premanandi Hari Bol Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Text 31. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 16, text number 31. Hare Krishna. There's no purport there. Anyway, I'll read this, then we'll read the next purport. Text 31, the Lord's opulences. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vayapashayanam Aham Lakshmi Kitabanam Shalagraha Titikshami Titikshunam Shatabam Shatvatam Aham Vyavasayanamaham Lakshmi Kitavanam Chalagraha Titikshami Titikshunam Sattvam Sattvatam Aham Vyasayanamaham Lakshmi Kitavanam Chalagraha Titikshami Titikshunam Sattvam Sattvatam Aham Vyasayanamaham Lakshmi Kitavanam Chalagraha Titikshami Titikshunam Sattvam Sattvatam Aham Vyavasayanamaham Lakshmi Kitavanam Chalagraha Titiksanam Titikshunam Aham Lakshmi Kitavanam Chalagraha Titikshami Titikshunam Nam Sattvatam Aham. Any messages? Vyavasayanamaham Lakshmi Kitavan Chalagriham Titikshami Titikshunam Sattvam Sattvatam. Vyavasayanam, of enterprising. Aham, I am. Lakshmi, fortune. Kitavanam, of cheaters. Chalagraha, the gambling. Titiksha, forgiveness. Ashmi, I am. Titikshunam, among the tolerant. Sattvam, the goodness. Sattvatam, among those in the mode of goodness. Aham, I am. Translation. Among the enterprising, I am fortune, and among cheaters, I am gambling. I am the forgiveness of the tolerant, and the good qualities of those in the mode of goodness. So I read the next verse because there's no purport here. Ojasoho balavatam karmaham biti shatvatam shatvam nava murtinam adimutiraham para. Of the powerful, I am bodily and mental strength, and I am the devotional activities of my devotees. My devotees worship me in 9 different forms, among which I am the original and primary, Vasudeva. Purport by His Divine Grace, by Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Generally, the Vaishnavas worship the personality of Godhead as Vasudeva, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Narayana, Hayagriva, Varaha, Nishimha, and Brahma. it is understood that when a suitable living entity is not available to fill the post of Brahma, the Lord himself assumes the position. Therefore, Lord Brahma is mentioned in the list. Lord Vishnu sometimes appears as Indra and sometimes as Brahma. And it is Vishnu appearing as Brahma who is indicated in this connection. Om Agyantimirandasya Jananjanan Shalakayo Chakshuran Manitan Janya Tasmai Shri Guru. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ramo Ram Ram Hari Hari. So here we are discussing the Lord's opulences. And in fact, everything is the Lord's opulence. Because everything is the Lord's energy. There's nothing outside of the Lord. That one absolute expands is two. He becomes two. One is the material energy and one is the jiva with the joying spirit. And the living entity, he tries to enjoy the spirit. So that's all that's happening in this material world. That one becomes two, the jiva, the enjoying jiva, and the matter to enjoy. So the whole material universe is created for this purpose, for the living entity to fulfill his illegal desires, to imitate Krishna by being the controller and an enjoyer. But whatever we are dealing with is nothing but Krishna's energy. Whatever you see before you is nothing but a combination of earth, water, fire, air, mind, intelligence, hunger. That's all we see. That's all we're dealing with. Prabhupada said the scientists, all they're dealing with is practically only these 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. They may touch a little bit on mind, on psychology, but practically that's all they're dealing with. And they're all Krishna's energies. We can't create anything. We can't create a grain of sand. So much sand there on the beach, but we cannot create a grain of sand. We can utilize the sand for different purposes. We'll get the sand and mud, earth, mix some water with it, earth, water, then put it in the oven, fire, then cool it with the air, and then you get a brick. So what it is nothing but earth, water, fire. They're all Krishna's energies. Nothing is, it cannot exist without its being an emanation from Krishna. So, due to the Ahankar principle, we've forgotten our real identity in identifying ourselves as matter and enjoyers of matter. Aham mameti, I and mine. I am this body, and this material world is mine to enjoy. This is the consciousness of the conditioned souls. But Krishna is pointing out here that no, it is all my opulence, is all everything you see is all my opulence. And even if it's not very opulent and insignificant, still it's coming from Krishna. So, of the powerful, I am bodily and mental strength. And I am the devotional activities of my devotee. So here, translation is, of the powerful, I am bodily and mental strength. So it means karma, jnana, And bhakti is mentioned here. Of the powerful I am body, we need I am bodily strength. We need bodily strength to do our work, our karma. And if we are jnanis, then we'll need mental strength. So both these strengths are Krishna's energies. I am the strength for the karmi. I am the karma yogi. I am the strength for the yogi, for the jnani yogi. But he doesn't say that I am the strength of the bhakti yogi. But he says, I am the devotional activities of my devotee. He is that very activity of bhakti. The karma and jnani, they're dependent on some outside strength, but the bhakti yogi, he's not dependent on anything else except bhakti, except devotional service. This is the absolute nature of bhakti. Bhakti breeds bhakti. So Krishna says, I am the devotional activities of my devotees. So therefore the this is the absolute nature of bhakti. It doesn't need anything from anywhere else. It's directly from Krishna. Bhakti is dependent on bhakti. This is the idea. So So, Purple Prabhupada says, generally the Vaishnavas worship the personality of God as Vasudev, Shankashan, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Narayana, Hayagriva, Varaha, Nishim, and Brahma. So these are all different forms that devotees worship. They worship for different purposes. Just like Vasudev, Shankashan, Pradyumna, Niruddha mentioned here, that the Chaturvyuha is situated in the heart of the universe, in the heart of the living entity and within the universe. And they're responsible for, Vasudev is responsible for pure consciousness. Shuddha Sattva, beyond the mode of goodness, the transcendental mode is Shuddha Sattva. So that is Vasudev consciousness. Vasudeva is Krishna alone, but pure consciousness. Shankashana, he expands as the Ahankara principle. The living entity is covered by Ahankara. So that is Shankashan, Shankashan's energy, the false ego. It's the dictation of Shankashana. It mentions in the beginning of creation, before the modes of material nature are activated, there's only pure consciousness there because there's no material manifestation. Only pure consciousness, Vasudeva consciousness. So if the living entity wanted to, he could go back to Godhead from that position, because he's in pure consciousness. But then the next thing to appear is the Ahankara, the appearance of the Ahankara principle. And it's a dictation from Shankashan, and the dictation is, I am the controller, I am the enjoyer, what we call the Purusha Bhav. I am the supreme. That's the false ego's appears This is the dictation from Shankarshan. I am the controller and I am the enjoyer. So then the living entity says, oh yes, that's what I wanted. He gets reminded. That's what I wanted to be. I want to be the controller. I want to enjoy it. So the moment he desires, that's what I want, then the hankara comes and covers him, covers the pure soul. And now, from now on, everything that comes from the soul has to go through the false ego. So therefore the whole world is acting under this conception that the false egoistic principle. I am this body and this world is mine to enjoy. The whole world is captivated by it. So that's coming from Shankarshan. And for intelligence, that is represented by Aniruddha. And the Pradyumna. Anyway, then the mind is Aniruddha. Okay, mind is Aniruddha. Intelligence is Pradyumna. So Chata Vyuha. These four, they expand at the beginning of creation. And they expand within the creation. In fact, they expand within the heart of a living entity. Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Shankarshan, and Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Shankarshan, and Vasudeva. They are expanding within the deity. The Vasudeva, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha are there. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur mentions there are 6 forms in the deity when we see the deity, and there are the Chatavyuha, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva, and then there is, that's one, then there's the deity itself, and his Bilash expansion is there in the heart also, and another one, and the deity himself, and Krishna, and the super soul also. Krishna, the super soul. So there are 6 different personalities of Godhead within the deity. So it makes it convenient for Krishna. He has to manage the whole universe. So you got some problem, the people go to the deity and they'll ask for some benediction. So many people have mental problems, so they go to the deity and they pray to the deity. So in the Aniruddha. Aniruddha's mind, yeah. Mind, yeah. So Aniruddha will take care of that. The aspect of Aniruddha will take care of that. Or someone has some intellectual understanding or questions or problems, then he'll go to pray to the deity. Then Pradyumna, he will respond to that because that's his field. You want to become pure devotee and try to purify your activity, that everything will be coming from dictation from Vasudeva. So like these different forms are expanded. So in this way the deity can answer all of our prayers. You have Janardan Shalagam Shila here. So it's recommended in the Shastra that you have Janardan Shalagam Shila or a Narayana Shila or a Janardan. Because that Janardan is the Lord, is living in the heart, the Lord of the heart. The super soul lives in the heart in the Vishnu Murti form with the club, conch shell, disc and lotus. And according to which hand he's holding the symbols, and he has a certain name. So the way that the super soul in everyone's heart is holding his weapons, his name is Jananivas. And he's your best friend. He's been with you since time immemorial. Yeah, so his name is Jananivas. So the people come, pilgrims, devotees, everyone, they come and they pray. Praying to the deity, they don't see the shalagram because he's very small at the feet of Radha Gopinath. But they see the big deity, so they come and offer their prayers and make their desires and requests known. Then they leave. But Jananivas is in their heart, so he's understood all their prayers. He's heard all their prayers when we were offering prayers to the main deities, because that's all we see. But when we leave the temple, then the Lord will, in the heart, Jananivas is there in the heart anyway, so he can remember all those desires and everything like you have. But when the time is correct, when time is right, then the Lord will manifest those desires so you can. Yeah, so that's the function. So it's recommended you have Narayana Shila or Jananivas Shila. I am the original and primary Vasudeva. It's understood that the living entity expands from Vasudeva because we are conscious, the jiva is conscious. So Vasudeva is pure consciousness. So we are expansions actually from Vasudeva. So yeah, Krishna says, I am the devotional. What does he say? I am the devotional activities of my devotees. My devotees worship me in 9 different forms, among which I am the original and primary Vasudeva. So all these forms of the Lord, Hayagriva, Varaha, Nrsimha, Brahma, etc. So they all display different qualities. So people worship them, these different forms of Vishnu, Shankarshan, Vasudeva, etc. Generally to fulfill some desire, either spiritual or material. So this can be temporary worship also. So that generally we worship Radha Krishna, deities, Gauranga Nitaya deities, and so we don't have to go to anyone else, because they are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Aham Savasya Prabhu, they are the origin of all other incarnations. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He's the cause of all the different avatars. And so there's no need to go. But sometimes devotees, they go to other forms for a temporary purpose. Just like sometimes devotees are defamed, envious people, they were criticized. So it says if you worship Lord Anantadev for that time, then he can get rid of that. So you can take shelter of these different deities. For the devotees, they're not asking anything material back. They don't want any material benedictions. But they want to improve their devotion. They want to increase their devotional service, so they pray to the deities to help them in their rendering in their service and protecting them. Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur says, when you approach the deity, you must ask for something. He is God, he's got everything. When you go to him, so ask him for something. That's etiquette. You expect that. But we don't ask for material things. We ask for improvement of our bhakti and service. But we should ask for something. And anyway, the Lord likes to respond. At least we're turning to Krishna for everything. We're depending on Krishna for everything. But sometimes these different forms, like Hayagriva, if you worship Hayagriva, you get knowledge. So if you want more knowledge of Krishna, you can take shelter of if you're making a study of something, you can worship Hayagriva before you start and take. So these different deities can be used. We should take advantage. Just like Nrsimha, everybody knows, because Prabhupada established Nrsimhadev as a Ishtadeva of protection for ISKCON. He said, we worship Nrsimhadev for three purposes. To protect the Guru, to protect the devotees, and to protect the movement. So we pray for protection because Nrsimhadev, he protected Bhakta Prahlad from Hiranyakashipu. So that's his speciality. He protects. He likes to protect. And so Prabhupada introduced the Nrsimhadev worship. After every artik, we chant the prayers, Namaste Narsinghay. We worship in Lord Nrsimhadev for protection, because in the age of Kali, we need a lot of protection. Parampara also, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also worshipped Lord Nrsimhadev. They were facing problems when he was manifesting the Jogpit in Sridham Mayapur. And there were many problems, they had people against them. Even they were attacked on the Prikram. They were making Navadidam Prikram and they were attacked by all the smarter Brahmanas, and they were throwing bricks. A very dangerous situation. So he installed the deity of Lakshmi Nrsimhadev. If you go to the Chaitanya Mat in Mayapur, you can see there's a deity of Lakshmi Nrsimha. So he installed the deity for protection, and after that it didn't have any major problems. And there's also a pastime with that deity, that there was one new bhakta there, and Lakshmi is sitting on Nrsimhadev's lap, and somebody bought her a gold belt for her waist, Lakshmi ji. So the new bhakta there, and he thought a nice gold necklace, and no one is around, so he stole that. Then he left. He went over towards the Jalangi river, and then he looked around to make sure no one was coming, and there was a cobra snake was coming behind him, so he ran very fast. Cobra is coming very fast also. And he thought, I'm not going to get away with this. So then he turned around and paid his Ashtanga Dandabat Pranam to the snake, and I promise I'll give the necklace back. Then the snake, he went away again. So parampara is. And Nanda Baba worships a form of Nrsimhadev in Golok. Why? to protect Krishna, of course. He must protect his son, Krishna. So it's coming in Parampara, that Lord Nrsimhadev, that form of Krishna as Nrsimhadev is a protective deity. So we're taking advantage of this function and praying that he will remove all the obstacles in the path of pure bhakti. So Krishna is saying, I am the devotional activities of my devotees. He is the activity. Krishna says, I am the activity. Because there's nothing else a devotee has except his devotional service. So Krishna says, I am that devotional service of my devotee. So it's direct relationship there. So this is the nature of devotional service of bhakti. It's absolute. Absolute means you want to make Radha Gopinath a garland. So you're just thinking about that. I want to please Radha and Gopinath, I want to make a garland. So already Krishna is accepting that. Simply because of that desire, and he accepts that. So he feels happy to accept that. And naturally, when Krishna is happy, the devotee is happy. So then the devotee gets the flowers and he sits down and she sits down, makes the garland. And he's feeling happy because Krishna's already accepted it. Then when he finishes it, he offers it to Krishna. Already accepted, it's on transcendental platform. So then the devotee offers it. Practically is offered to Krishna, and Krishna is happy. And the devotee is happy. So the devotee is, this is the process of bhakti. The beginning, middle and end, they're always in ecstasy. Someone's doing devotional service and they're in ecstasy. So many descriptions of how devotees experience ecstasy during devotional service. But generally we get ecstasy or happiness when we finish the activity, like karma or gyan. We have to do certain activities. Then we get the result and then we're happy. But in bhakti it's not like that. The beginning, middle and end you feel happiness because Krishna is absolute. He's accepted that from the conception, he's accepted the garland. So he's happy. Beginning, middle and end. So the devotees are always happy in bhakti. So what is bhakti is described in Harinam Chintamani, a couple of places, also in the Brahma Samhita, probably the Advaitam Achyutam purport, and also in Bhagavatam, Prabhupada mentions. But he's talking about how the jiva, he's turned to Krishna, he's coming to Krishna. And he understands the science of Krishna, he engages in devotional service, he becomes purified by these devotional activities. And he understands that he is the eternal servant of Krishna and Krishna is his eternal master and he should be serving Krishna for Krishna's satisfaction. So he has this understanding, so he becomes a devotee and he's trying to establish a relationship with Krishna. But because of the minute size of the jiva, the jiva is Satchit Ananda, same as Krishna is Satchit Ananda. But because of his minute size, although he can understand with chit, Satchit, the knowledge or awareness, that he is the eternal servant of Krishna and should be serving Krishna. Krishna is only pleased by bhakti, by devotion, the haladini, or an ananda potency. So the living entity is trying to express his love for Krishna with his small portion of haladini potency, but it's not big enough to reach Krishna. It's not powerful enough to reach Krishna. But because of his sincere efforts, then he gets a recommendation from Guru or Srimad Radharani or someone, some fairy godmother, who looks after you. So then she recommends to Krishna. He's a very nice devotee and he's very sincere and trying. He wants to enter into a relationship with your lotus feet. Please be merciful to him. So then Krishna, he sends his haladini and chit potencies down to meet the jivas, tiny chit potency haladini. That is your sambandha, then the relationship begins. But by ourselves we're too small to reach Krishna. But when he's satisfied with our activities or by being recommended, then he sends his unlimited haladini potency and sambit potency. And then the living entity is establishing relationship, and then they can the sambandha is established, relationship is established. And then the service can be done in purity and with love and devotion, how it's supposed to be. So this is the wonderful nature of devotion. So the devotion itself is Krishna. Krishna says, I am that devotional service. So anyway, all these different forms that Krishna is appearing in, 9 different forms, and many, many other, unlimited other forms that Krishna manifests himself. So he manifests himself. Also, as Srimad Bhagavatam is a manifestation of Krishna, the deities, manifestation of Krishna. Radhanath Maharaj and his disciples and followers just manifested Radha Madana Mohanji in the Echo village, Govardhan. So this is a transcendental affair with Krishna. If there is devotion, then Krishna will manifest and so he manifested himself as the lotus feet, as Madana Mohanji. Madana Mohan is our Shambhanda deity. He established a relationship with the lotus feet of Krishna. Yeah, Shambhanda Avideya Prayojana, these principles. And Madana Mohan, he represents Sambandha, establishing that relationship with his lotus feet. Madana Mohan is Cupid. Cupid is the great attractor of this material world. Boy-girl attraction with his bow and arrows. You put the heart of the boy, heart of the girl, then that's the great attraction of this material world. So Krishnadas Kaviraj, in his prayer to Madana Mohan, he said, I am very much attracted by this material Cupid. Very, very attractive. But you are Madana Mohan, you are Kandarapa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha, you are millions and millions of times more beautiful than material Cupid. You are the transcendental Cupid. So therefore, give me attraction to your lotus feet, so I won't be attracted to the lotus feet of material Cupid anymore. So that is the sambandha. We want to establish a relationship with Madana Mohan's lotus feet. Then we won't have attraction for the material Cupid. And yeah, so when that's established, then seva, that is Govindaji. Govinda represents the aspect of seva. Prabhupada said that Arjuna, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, that is Govinda. Govinda is our deity of Abhideya, or the process of devotional service is represented by Govindaji. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is more or less a movement of Abhideya, because we're a preaching movement. First thing you do, you meet a devotee, and they tell you, you know, you're not the body. I didn't know that. This is Krishna, he's the Supreme Personality. No, I didn't know that. We're going out to distribute some books. Can you help us carry your bag or something? Or can you help clean some? We got some pots in the kitchen. You want to? So immediately the devotees get engaged in devotional service. Oh, this is the speciality of Prabhupada, how he has established this ISKCON society. The moment you go to the temple, you get Shambandha, the devotees will come and tell you, you are not this body, you are the soul in the body. This Sambandha, this takes thousands of births to attain, according to Bhagavad Gita. Bahonam Jamananati. After thousands and thousands of births of being a jnani, being a wise man, you're looking for truth, you're searching for truth. Ultimately, after that, thousands of years of searching for the truth, Krishna says, he comes to that position of understanding. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Vasudeva, pure consciousness. This Vasudeva, pure consciousness, he is everything, that is ultimate. And then he takes shelter at that point at the lotus feet of Vasudeva, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. It took thousands and thousands of births to come to that position of surrendering to the lotus feet of Krishna. But Prabhupada said, now I'm telling you, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you are his servant. If you hear me, and you act on that, then you skip thousands and thousands of births, because you've come to the conclusion of thousands and thousands of births to take shelter of lotus, surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. If you do that, then you skip those thousands and thousands of births. This is the value of a moment's association, the pure devotee. You can skip thousands and thousands of births. So then you come to that point that I'm I'm not this body, I'm the soul in the body, and Krishna is my Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then here's some service. Going to scrub the floors. You'll get service within a few. So Shambandha and Abhideya in one day in ISKCON. The way Prabhupada established it, you get your relationship established, and the service you get in service. All in the first day to ISKCON, you come to ISKCON in the temple. Otherwise, thousands and thousands of births for being a jnani, searching for truth. Then you come to Sambandha, that's the beginning. This is how expert Prabhupada was establishing it. And it was something I actually noticed about Prabhupada when he was preaching in Mayapur, and guests would come up in his room, and he would preach to them. But one thing in common I noticed, that he didn't just, he's the Swamiji, they're coming to want the blessings, and no, Prabhupada, he would find out where they were from, what they do, and somehow or another he would try to get that person to engage in Krishna consciousness, where they're living. Oh, we have a center near there, perhaps you can help them, perhaps you can do. He wouldn't just take my blessings and go, I'm blessing Swamiji. No, he would want to get them, engage them in devotional service to Krishna, because they are the eternal servants of Krishna. So it's something I noticed with Prabhupada. He never let anybody just come in and just walk out again. He would find out something, and so there was a connection. He made a relationship. Here we go. So, yeah, so we were there installing the deity of Madan Mohanji. And at Vaitacharya, when he said there is a shloka from the Shastra that if one offers me a tulsi leaf and a little Ganga jal, I become purchased by that devotee. So Advaitacharya said, the Shastra cannot be wrong, it has to be true. So he began to worship, offer tulsi and Ganga jal to Shalagram Srila, and crying for the Lord to come. And by his loud crying and offering, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually appeared. This was the power of offering to a little tulsi and Ganga jal. Just a little tulsi. I was thinking how Radhanath Maharaj has created this Vrindavan, this village. If Krishna gets purchased by one tulsi leaf, what's going to happen when you dedicate a whole replica of Vrindavan, a huge Vrindavan replica? If one little tulsi leaf can purchase Krishna, then a whole replica of Vrindavan, what's going to be the result? Who knows? But anyway, we're grateful for the Lord to appear in all these different forms and give us everybody's different opportunity. So Krishna reciprocates with everyone in all these different forms. And we take shelter of that form for which we are attracted. That form which you are attracted to, that deity should become your Ishtadeva. And you shouldn't preach to others and try to get them away from the world. Just like Hanuman, when Mahaprabhu said, why don't you worship Krishna? We're all Krishna bhaktas here, we're all worshipping Krishna. So much ecstasy, why didn't you come and worship? Murari Gupta, who was an incarnation of Hanumanji. So Murari Gupta said, he said, what can I do? He said, if I follow your instruction, then that's impossible. It's impossible to do that and leave my Ramchandra and worship Lord Krishna. And if I don't do that, then I won't be able, you're asking me, is your desire that I worship Krishna, and I won't be able to fulfill your desire. And if I don't worship, then I cannot live without my worship. Ram has taken my heart. I cannot give up his worship. And simultaneously, I don't want to disrespect your order for me to worship Radha. What is my situation? So therefore, best I commit suicide. He was contemplating committing suicide. The Mahaprabhu embraced him. And he quoted a very famous verse, "Blessed is that servant who never gives up his master. And blessed is that master who never gives up his servant." So, what were we saying? What was I saying? Huh? Blessed is that person who never gives. Okay, that was one example. Well, before that, I was going to say something. And that was the example. Forgotten. Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you. Memory is bad. Old age. Ishtadeva, yeah. So, like devotees, if someone has, like Hanuman had Lord Ramachandra, but anyway, if you try it, you have a form of the Lord that you worship, and someone else is worshiping a different form. If you try to persuade that person to change, Krishna doesn't like that. He said, he's Bhava Grahaya Janana, he's accepting the devotion and the emotions from his devotees. So if anybody tries to make him change, Krishna says he doesn't become happy like that. Okay. Anyway, the idea here is that that devotional service itself is Krishna. Your devotional service itself is Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Go Premanandi. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.